A Metrolink train derailed in Oxnard after striking a truck that was left on the tracks. The locomotive and several passenger cars derailed. 28 people who had been on board were hospitalized. 3 were in critical condition. Valley View's Jamie Pityinger was on the scene and has more in this report.
The 2005 Ford F-450 was burned almost beyond recognition as emergency crews arrived to assess the damage of the crash. The incident happened in the early morning near the corner of 5th Street and Rice Avenue. 4 of the 5 train cars as well as the locomotive were derailed, and 3 of them were then flipped onto their sides. Police say the truck was engulfed in flames and abandoned when they arrived. A man was found a short time later, about 1.5 miles south of the incident, appearing to be disoriented.
The officer engaged in a conversation with this individual and was quick to determine that this individual was a produce truck driver and that he was connected with the vehicle that had been involved in the collision with the train.
The man is 54-year-old Jose Alejandro Sanchez Ramirez, a resident of Yuma, Arizona. Whether or not the driver will be charged for causing the crash has yet to be determined. Metro officials at a press conference were only able to give a small amount of information on the crash.
Metro officials say the train cars were being pushed prior to collision, but new technology on the trains allowed it to absorb the shock of the impact, which may have saved lives.
They call it crash energy management technology, and they began equipping the cars with it in 2010. Officials from the National Transportation Safety Board say the train was traveling below the speed limit of 79 miles per hour at the time of the incident. Few were able to witness the crash, but those who lived close by heard the sounds.
5:45 in the morning in my home, when I listen the noise, like crash, something that, very heavy, but I know was a train because this is the second time happened.
A similar incident happened at the same intersection in June of last year. Mayor of Oxnard, Tim Flynn, announced at the press conference that bridge proposals have been in the works for this railroad crossing and others in order to reduce these kinds of incidents. The Federal Railroad Administration records show that there have been 13 major accidents at the intersection over the past 40 years. The mayor says bridge projects have been proposed for the last 15 to 20 years, but lack of funding is what has kept it at a halt. In Oxnard, I'm Jamie Pityinger, Valley View News.
And officials say an engineer aboard the train, 62-year-old Glenn William Steele, has died. He was the longest tenured engineer among Metrolink operators.